Hello everybody, welcome along to my Aintree Day 2 of the Grand National Festival, the second day preview. As you can see, we ran through the first day preview yesterday. Currently got the racing on now today, got all the entries for tomorrow. Going to run through a few of the races on the card, a few of the good races on the card. As the Aintree bowls back to scarf, we're going to run through some of the horses, some of the main picks for tomorrow and some of my fancies, including a few nice big priced horses, which I think some people might want to get on. We're going to kick things off with the top Novices Hurdle, Grade 1 for all the novices. And Itchy Feet, the favourite, the Supreme Third, goes off, is at the moment 3-1 favourite. William Barnes' Aramon is 7-2 second favourite. Precious Cargo at 9-2. Southfield Stone 13-2. Felix Desai at 6-1. Rouge Viv 9-1. Winston C won a good race at Kelso last time out 12-1. And Sophia's Rock, a former good flat horse for Mark Johnson, is the outsider of all the horses at 14-1. This is a tough little race to get stuck into on the first race of tomorrow's second day card. And for me, I do look at that Itchy Feet's running the Supreme at a big price. He ran very, very nicely on ground that was quite soft. And judging by today's racing, the ground is still quite soft at Aintree. There's a bit of rain. The soft ground might come up again tomorrow. It depends what the overnight forecast could be like. Itchy Feet ran well for Gavin Sheehan last time. He gave him a very good ride. Ollie Murphy's horse just didn't have enough in the end behind Classical Dream. He found more up the hill. He appreciated that soft going much more than Itchy Feet did. But I think he's got a good chance in this race. I mean, looking down the field at a nice price, I like the look of Winston C. Harry Fry's horse is constantly improving, and he showed that he's a good horse to win that race at Kelso last time out. He came from miles off the pace to really get up on top of the line, and a good ride from Sean Bowen as well that day. And I think at 12-1, that's a nice price for a young horse who's up and coming. And I think he'll run a big race as well. But for me, I think Itchy Feet will win, and my each way price at 12-1 would be the Harry Fry trained Winston C. Moving into the second race, the Mile Bay Novices Chase here, Grade 1. This is another really good race here. We've got the RSA winner top of the game, top in the market at 8-11 there. Lost in Translation, the JLT runner up behind Defy DeSoy at 10-3. Chris's Dream at 9-1. And you've got Mr. Whipped 10-1. Top Vile Ben, he fell in the Arkle last time, but reappeared last time out and won a Class 3 Novice Chase. He's at 14-1 from 10s, and it's 16-1 and bigger the rest in this race here. For me, I think it's a two-horse race here, but I can't look past top of the game. A very nice winner of the RSA, beating Santini and the very good Irish horse Delta Work quite comfortably, I think. I think that result was quite comfortable for top of the game. Harry Cobden gave him a lovely ride, got down to the last really quite coolly, pinged the last, and I felt done enough up the hill to win quite cosily. A horse that doesn't do too much in front, but in my opinion, but does enough to win. And I think compared to Lost in Translation, who got outpaced up the hill behind Defy DeSoy in the JLT, I think that turn of foot will come in handy again, but I think Lost in Translation will try and dictate from the front, and I think it will set up very nicely for top of the game. He wants to be a hold-up horse and will come late on the scene. I think top of the game will win this quite comfortably in the end and make it two big Novice Chase wins in the spring for Paul Nicholls and Harry Cobden. Moving to the big Grade 1 of the day, the Melling Chase here. So it's a very tightly contested race again. Waiting patiently, 15-8 favourite here. Politologue, Champion Chase run up at 2-1, in behind Altior. Min 11-4, Top Notch 9-1, Hell's Kitchen 12-1, and you can get 33-1 and bigger the remainder on all the other horses. Only two horses in there outside of that, God's Own and the 50-1 rank outsider, whose name has currently slipped my mind. For me, I like the look of Politologue in this race. 2-1, he ran fantastically well in behind Altior last time out at Cheltenham. Looked like he was going to win the race after jumping the last for a split second. He come there on the bridle very, very nicely and had Altior in a bit of a panic. I mean, coming down to that final fence, Sco Royal and Politologue both flanked Altior. And if he was a betting man, your money would have been on the two horses on the outside of Altior to go and do well in the race. But Altior picked up the hill, as we know, that recognised overdrive up the hill to pull away quite comfortably in the end and win a little bit shade cosily. It was a tough race, but to me, Politologue really did pose a good threat. Didn't run too greatly in behind Siren Name at Ascot prior to that, but definitely bounced back to form at Cheltenham last time. 2-1's a lovely price for this horse, I think, compared to the 15-8 of Waiting Patiently, who hasn't done a lot this season. Unluckily fell in the King George in December when brought down by Bristol de May, who subsequently ran well in the Gold Cup. Didn't show much at the Ascot Chase behind Siren Name on that day. He got thumped, didn't he, by Siren Name. And I think Politologue here, it's a two-horse race for me. Politologue should win this race in the end for me. But I think Waiting Patiently will want soft ground. And by the looks of it today, the soft ground is coming up. It is soft. They've had a bit of rain at Aintree today on day one. Day two should stay wet again, maybe. It depends if they get an overnight dry patch of weather, which is looking unlikely for me. But I think Politologue will win this race quite comfortably. Waiting Patiently will run a big race, but I think we'll just come up short in behind Politologue. Moving into the Topham Chase here, we've got another minefield of a handicap here. It's another tightly contested race here. We've got some good horses on in this race. Nick Anderson's Janika leads the market at 8-1. the runner-up here, in behind Sarah Delac in the Burn Group Plate at Cheltenham last time in March. Peregrine Run leads the best price of the rest for Ireland at 10-1 for Peter Fahey. Adrian Dupoint at 12-1 for Paul Nicholls. Ballyhill 12-1 for Nigel Twiston-Davis. Call It Magic 12-1. A few more runners in there as well. So Born Survivor for Dan Skelton at 16-1. Double Shuffle 20-1 for Tom George. And you've got a couple of other nice horses in there as well. San Benedetto at 20-1. Polydam for Isaac Monier and Simons. For the same colours again, 20-1. Highland Lodge 20-1. Foresters Aigles 20-1. Kilcryer Vale 20-1, and it's 25-1 bigger the rest. Straight away, my main two picks for this race, or I'll give you three actually. Three nice price horses down the bottom of the market. 3 20-1 shots at the moment. You could get backed in. Foresters Aigles is where my money's going to go tomorrow in this race. A good horse, running off a marker 133. Lucinda Russell's horse finished 5th in the Grand Sefton in behind Warrior's Tale in December. The description of the race was that he tired on the elbow. He got to the elbow and then ran out of steam. But Lucinda Russell's a good trainer of horses over these fences. Look at One for Arthur in 2017, won the National quite nicely. She wouldn't reoppose a horse over this course again if she didn't think it had a chance. And I think with a good handicap mark of 133, 20-1 is a tasty price. The ground should suit. On the improve on the last 18 months, ran well at air in a prep run for this race. I think he's got a very nice chance. I also like the look of San Benedetto, who's dropped in the weights quite nicely. A good win at Newbury last time out for Nick Schofield at 11-1 in the tight handicap chase there. He's 20-1, won at 11-1 at Newbury last time out. I think should go well each way. And my final each way pick for this Topham Chase is Double Shuffle. A good top class horse who was probably bit flattered by coming third in last year's King George. Reappeared in the Gold Cup last time, pulled up for Jonathan Burke last time. Has run over these fences before, ran in the Grand National. I don't think complete off the top of my memory. I don't think it did. But 20-1, a good each way shout in this race. A shorter trip over 2 miles 5 in this race should suit him as well. And I think them three horses have all got a good chance each way in the Topham. And to round off this preview, we're going to go for the Sefton Novices Hurdle. And it's another grade one here with Ballymore runner-up Champ for JP McManus and Barry Geraghty. Nicky Henderson leading the way at the market at 9-4. Dallas the Picton, the Martin Pipe Conditionals runner-up 4-1 for Gordon Elliott and Gigginstown. Emma Tom 9-2. Downtown Getaway 10-1, Walkaway 10-1, Listener Oscar 5-1, and you can get 12-1 big the rest there. This is a tight race. The two at the top of the market again I think should dominate. My money would be on Champ to reappear. Some solid form behind City Island, who's got some good form. Some of the horses in behind have ran quite well as well, so that's some solid form in behind City Island. I think Champ will reappear again. Only finished 2 lengths behind City Island as well, who ran a very nice race last time out. Held up nicely by Mark Walsh for Martin Brazel, one going away. But I think Champ, the Challow Hurdle winner this season as well, will reappear and take all the beating. My concern for Dallas the Pictons is going from a conditional handicap at Cheltenham into a grade one's a complete different ball game, and I just don't think it's going to. The step up in class might be a little bit too hot for him, so my prediction here would be Champ to win this race and give Barry Geraghty another grade one win. If you did enjoy this preview, guys, hit the like button, comment your tips. I want to hear from all of you as well. Comment away, subscribe as well, it'd be greatly appreciated. And we see you all tomorrow for my Grand National preview tips and Grand National meeting preview. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.